she made a comment that she wouldn't date a postal worker. But for her to say on this platform with all these black men in the comments that she wouldn't date a postal worker, postal workers make money, postal workers have benefits. So you won't date a postal worker, but you'll date someone who don't even like you enough to give you the girlfriend title and will sleep with you and won't even want you? That makes no sense. If you don't value yourself to be in a relationship and to have someone give you the title of at least girlfriend before you sleep with them, then why the hell would I give you any value? Why are you okay with just sleeping with a man and over again and being in a situationship? Child, you are too old at 31 to say you have been in situationships. A situationship? What the fuck is that? You won't date a man who's a mailman, but you'll be a notch on someone's bedpost. It's just, the math ain't mathing, and there's some work, there's some therapy, and there's some work that needs to be done. Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Meloney P podcast. I'm your girl, Meloney P, and we are here to have a conversation. It is Friday, and I am trying to force myself to get into my holiday spirit. Y'all, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not really a holiday person. I don't really like the holidays. Sorry, I don't like the holidays, but I'm trying to force myself to kind of be in the spirit with this and this, whatever. I wanted to talk to you about a young lady who stood out to me on the Kendra G dating show. I have been obsessed with this show. I think it's just such an enlightening think piece for us to watch. Not only the show, every level of the show is something to learn from. In the comments section, Kendra G, you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And not often does someone like stick out to me, but this young lady stood out to me and left me speechless, but in a good bad way. Bad good way, maybe? Listen, y'all, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on all my social platforms. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you know when a new episode drops. And make sure that you look at that description box and look at the NAMA code, y'all. Please use the code and the link below. I'm going to add it somewhere on the screen. I am a NAMA THC stand. They have sleep gummies. They have elevate gummies. They have these new buzz drops. Make sure you get your money off. Support the show, support this black woman, and click that link and get your NAMA products, y'all. I'm going to be doing a giveaway very soon, so make sure you're tuned in. All right, y'all. So, you know, I love the Kendra G show. I watch it religiously. It's funny because I used to watch Fox TGIF religiously, and ever since that show was canceled, I have not had anything to watch, and now I have replaced it with the Kendra G singles, y'all. I'm gonna play this lady's clip, and we're gonna discuss.
Got Jasmine, Charleston, South Carolina, 31 Virgo, esthetician, makeup artist, no kids, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
You know, in my spirit, in my mind, I would like a traditional, handsome gentleman. You know, someone that shows up not with what he says, but his actions. You know, and the fruits that he bears are so genuine. It's real. Like, this man has real friends, real genuine relationships. He loves his family. That's how I see my mate being.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers? I don't think I want a man with children.
Okay.
I don't think I want, and like, not cultured, not well-rounded, not well-traveled. Like, don't come to me not knowing what you want.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Of course, we like a handsome man. Okay, I don't discriminate. Nationalities, ethnicities, beautiful smile. I would like him to be fit. You know, you want to feel safe and sweet and cute with your man. So I would like him to be a little bit bigger than I am. I'm 5'6", like 180, but I do weight lift, so I'm pretty curvy. Yeah.
Okay. What about money? Should you make a certain amount of money?
Not a certain amount, but I would like him to be, like, stable.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. I have to stand up?
Yes.
I have sweats on.
Okay. We see that booty sitting.
Oh, you know. There she go, girl.
When was your last relationship, Jasmine?
Can I be honest? I've never been in a serious relationship.
What are you, 31? Never? Not even in college?
No, never been in love. I had a boyfriend. I knew him when I was, like, middle school, and then we decided to, like, try it when I was like 19, 20, and then after that, never.
So you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I want to say 2 months, 2 or 3 months.
All right. So why do you think you've never been in a relationship?
They say you have a type, but does your type have you? Clocked my T. That's me.
So the type you desire doesn't want you back?
I don't feel like it. Like, I feel like I fall every now and then. And or I'm interested, not even say fall. Like, I'll be genuinely interested in, like, I would like to know more about this person, or I would like to see if this could go somewhere, and it's not reciprocated. And then if someone feels that way about me, I'm like, I don't know, girl, that this might not be a thing, and I don't want to lead nobody on. And so it would just constantly be something like that, like constantly.
So the guy that you described, so is it based on his attributes, like physical?
No. It would, of course, like off of face value. If you see a guy, you're like, ooh, he looks cute.
No, the one that you say that so you guys might go on a date or something, but he doesn't follow up, you're saying?
Yes. A lot of the times, I'll say lately, it's been he doesn't want anything more. Like, you can kind of tell if they try to get you over to their house, and when you don't bend on that, they usually just cut bait and go, or you do that and then there's nothing else after that.
What I like about you, though, is you're self-aware and you're calling it what it is. And, sometimes it really just, in so many words, he's like, it's a very famous movie. He's just not that into me, right? Yes. And I think sometimes that's a vulnerable space for women to admit, because most women don't want to admit that he just doesn't like me the way I like him. But as soon as you can admit that, you can keep it going.
Yeah, girl, it's a hard pill to swallow. But how else? I'm not going to hang on anything that doesn't want to be held on to.
I mean, you can't.
I can't.
It has to be like, both people have to want it. It's not one person wants it more. It has to be an equal thing. It has to be a match.
Yes. And my prayer is I come across something that is reciprocated. It's like, and you would think it's so easy, but I'm like, I don't think it's that easy because I haven't come across it yet.
What the men that you say you do like, that you don't feel like the energy's in return, have you ever asked them, like, just what kind of girl are you into? Just to kind of know for your own knowledge?
No, I kind of I'm like one of those people where, like, I watch, I'm very observant, and then I kind of read between the lines, but I don't like judge anyone and put them in a box. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you a blank piece of paper with a pen, and I'll let you write your story, and whatever you give to me back on that paper, that is what I decide what box to put you in. And I'd hate to say, but 9 times out of 10, I'm disappointed. So that kind of guy, I'll just kind of watch and see. I'm like, well, if I'm in front of you and I'm available, own house, own car, I'm doing my best with my career. I don't have daddy issues. My parents been married 40 years. What's the issue with me if I'm available to you? I'm trying to make myself available to you.
So let's talk about that real quick. So own house, own car. Do you want a guy to move in with you?
No.
Okay, so I think it's dope as a female. I think I respect that. But own house, would you sell your house and move in with him?
Maybe.
Because I think what you might think to some men, unless like the guy who is really gonna be turned on by you having your own house and your own car, is the guy who's trying to move in with you.
Girl,
you don't want that man. Girl. Unless you do, like, there's no judgment. But if you want the guy that wants to be quote unquote the leader,
that's what I want.
He's gonna probably want you to move into his house and fall into his plan.
Was it a bachelor pad? Does he have makeup wipes in his bathroom? Girl body wash in his bathroom? I don't want to be laying up in your bed with other women's and rolling around in your sheets. Don't want it.
I understand. I understand everything that you're saying. I think you got to start. That's why I said that you ask that guy, what does he like, or what's he's into. You might not even like it anymore once he kind of tells you. But most of these men that you guys, like, women describe that I hear over and over and over again, they got so many options. Yeah. Like, at this moment, the world, like, I was having a conversation about this, and I always want to say the woman's a prize. I really wrestle with that because I feel like that's the only way to really be happy in a relationship, because most women will be loyal most women will be loyal if they're really into the relationship. So you always want this guy to like you a little bit more. But because of the way social media has changed, because so many situationships have been accepted, certain men are being treated as a prize. And it just is what it is. Like, the more women go by their rules of agreeing to situationships, lowering their standards, the men, they're becoming the prize. And I hate to observe and say it. The certain type of guy. And this is another thing, because there's some men who have to work, right? And this is a guy that has friends. He got that friend who just got the attraction attributes or the money and gets women fast, right? Now, he might not have the attraction attribute. He might not have all the money, but he might be a good guy. So he has to work to get the woman. And he's upset because this is the guy that says, oh, after you went with Big D so-and-so, now you want the good guy, So I say focus on the man that likes you. That's the only man that matters, is the man that likes you. Or unless, and now I will say this, but if you are gun-ho on the man that you want, then you have to learn that man and ask yourself, will I become the woman that he wants back? Those are your two options.
That's crazy.
Well, that's how you close the deal. Like, you can stay with yourself and be happy. There's no judgment. You're not that. You can be happy single, right? I know the internet will have you thinking otherwise. No, you can't. So, or you can entertain the men who like you. Those are the ones that's going to treat you the best because they really like you. Yeah. Now, if you want the other guy and he doesn't want you back, now you have to say, am I going to become the woman that he wants? Because this is the guy I want.
Oh, hell no. It's like, you can't win for losing.
You can't win.
You can't.
You can't win because you could. The real answer is be with the man I want to be with you. Like, why chase the man he ain't into you? Or you can self-improve, take yourself off and say, I'm gonna make some changes. And I mean, and you could if you really want this particular guy that you said is not giving you the energy. In this scenario, he's the prize. So then you're gonna have to conform to his wants because you want him. He's not chasing you. Or you could just be with the guy that's chasing you, but you say you don't want that guy. So those are the options.
Okay. Girl.
You decide. Someone said terrible advice. What was terrible? She can either A, be with herself, B, date the man that wants to date her because, okay, or if she wants another guy who does not want her, is she willing to become what he wants and she wants him? It's logical advice.
That's facts. It is. And I need to do better with dating, period, because I'm not dating, seeing anyone, no romantic interest, nothing. Like, girl, what you want to do? You think your mailman's going to be your man?
You want to date the mailman anyways.
No.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this because this particular episode truly had me perplexed. And I want to start with the comments because the comments were very enlightening. It was a lot of men, but it was also a lot of women. I'm going to read a few of the comments, a few of the 914 comments about this episode, right? So let's just get it started. Ladies, you can't have one foot in the streets getting clapped by Pookie, Ray, and Ty, and the other foot at the altar getting married. A wife is found, not created by a ring and a ceremony. That looks like that's from a man. She's not fat, doesn't have kids, reasonable expectations, and came prepared. Already better than 90% of the guests. Agreed. Who wants a wife that's been ran through? Every word that Kendra spoke is facts. Love the man who loves you. Real talk. Kendra really cares about Black women, and it's obvious. And I respect it. You might want to consider only having sex if you're in a relationship with that person. Man, it's a hard truth. Everyone is not supposed to have the same woman, man. There are levels to this. Social media has everyone thinking we're equal. At her age, if she's never been in love, there are clinical issues here. Now, that was very, very interesting. And that one got a whole lot of likes. Now, here's someone saying, guys do not care that you travel a lot. Ugh. When you see guys talk like this and comments like this, it triggers them because they likely have not traveled or, it just triggers them in a very unhealthy way. She wants a traditional gentleman, been intimate with someone 2 months ago, can't make this up. Never been in love, red flag. Let's see. Listen to me, daughter. Keep getting in the best shape of your life and get with a man who likes you more. This will eliminate 80% of your problems in life. Most of the good catch women want the man that every woman wants, and that's exhausting. Kendra, you said it best. She seems honest, but also confused. She really needs to sit down and really think about what she wants in a relationship and what she brings into it. She said it when she says she's afraid of commitment. That's an issue. Now, this one, you're not a wife if you're always on your back for a guy who won't even be in a relationship with you. And the comments, I mean, they go on and on and on. So there are a few things that I want to unpack here, right? So first and foremost, okay, this lady is stunning. She's young, 31, no kids, career, job, own place, own car. Traveled, well-versed, energy is everything. She, you can tell she a Libra child because her energy is everything. Like, she's someone that I feel like I could be friends with. Like, she's very good energy. And that is what stood out to me about her. Beautiful lady, looks to be in shape, beautiful skin, beautiful hair. I don't know if that was her hair, don't matter. Just a great vibe. So it was very, very alarming to me that she's single, and not only single because, people are single, who cares? But she's never been in a relationship. Now, the only thing that I saw that I thought could be a potential hindrance, well, not the only thing, but she did say that she did not want a man with kids. And I can understand that preference, but I think that in 2024, you can have that preference, but you should definitely be open to a man that has at least a kid. Now, if you look in the comments, a lot of people are saying that's a red flag. 31 and never been in a relationship. To me, that is a red flag. I'm not even going to lie. It's a couple of issues that I have with this, and I want to kind of go through those. So I think she messed up when she answered the question that she had been intimate with someone 2 months ago. You know, when I was looking at this the first time, I think to myself, like, you're not on a lie detector test. This is not like, no one's going to go inside your vagina and see, oops, she lying. She had sex 2 weeks ago. I just feel like that's another question that ladies, you got to be smart about. If you had sex with somebody 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, and you ain't ever been with nobody in a relationship, then you ain't got to answer that question truthfully. Like, let's just be honest. Come on. I like when women say a lady never tells, or just lie, because, you know, this is not a new show. We get the energy that comes behind in these comments from a lot of these men, and I just don't want to give men even more ammunition that they're going to create to be like, oh, she been ran through, she laying on her back, as you can see in the comments. So I wouldn't have said that, you know, I had sex 2 months ago, but I'd never been in an actual committed relationship, because to me, as a woman, it just, whether right or wrong, it makes people look at you a certain kind of way. It makes men look at you a certain kind of way, because it's like, damn, if you don't value yourself to be in a relationship and to have someone give you the title of at least girlfriend before you sleep with them, then why the hell would I give you any value? So that was just like, ugh, why did you answer it that way? I kept saying that, you know, her energy was great. When I think about the dating scene, when I was in it, and when I think about, you know, women and men, one thing that I always say is that, yeah, there's a lot of women out here fighting for, I guess, the same man. But my thought process about that has always been quality over quantity. And by that, I mean, there could be 10 women to every one man, but there might only be 1 or 2 compatible women to that one man. And when I saw her, she reminded me a lot of myself in terms of, okay, she's not giving, you know, bougie, high maintenance, you know, she's giving someone that has the personality to match the looks. You know, she just has a really good personality, a really good energy. So I feel like, damn, why the fuck is she single? You know, not only single, but she's never been in a relationship. Own car, own home. Again, you know, Kendra made a comment about, would you want the man to move in with you, as if having your own car and your own home is just something that's like so special. Like at 31, you should have your own house and your own home. And I hate that in today's like social media world, we give people credit for doing things that they should have. Like, you know, if you have a car, if you have a job, if you have a place to live, that's not bonus points. Like, that's what you really should have. But I think that where Kendra was going with that is that some men may feel intimidated by the fact that, okay, you have all this stuff. What do you need from me? And I guess my answer to that is, I personally would not want a man who saw my accomplishments, and if you consider that an accomplishment, you know, but I wouldn't want a man who saw me being stable and being able to operate and move on my own without necessarily needing him financially or to put a roof over my head. If he didn't see that as a plus, then I would definitely not want him. So I just don't think that her having her own car or having her own home should affect anything. Honestly, those should be pluses. And I think that for the right guy, those would absolutely be pluses. Because here's the thing. I have a lot of guy friends and I have a lot of brothers, and all of them are really, really good men who have wives and they don't cheat on their wives, and they're really good guys. And one thing that I look at them to see, what do they have in common? They all value a woman that works. You know what I'm saying? They all value a woman that just is a regular person, you know, that is a stable, regular person. They like stability, regularness. You know what I'm saying? Like just regular. They don't need all the extra. And I think sometimes that's where women get it confused. Like, and I think that's also where the quality over quantity comes through, because I know a couple of men who are married to women who are basic. And I mean attractive, tall, black men who are married to women who are extremely basic looking. You know, they're not giving the extra that I think sometimes women feel like they have to give to get that man, that Kendra is saying that everybody wants. Side note to that, I will say that a lot of men like women who wear their natural hair. I'm really interested in that. I'm interested to hear see what you guys think about that. Cause like a lot of men like women who wear their natural hair. It's very interesting to me. But again, energy was amazing. I just didn't like her talking about, being intimate with someone, but never ever being in a relationship. She said something that stood out to me that I knew they was going to get her for in the comments. Like, girl, she said that, she hasn't been in relationships, but she's been in situationships. And, once she's dating these people or these men and they don't get from her what they want, then she can kind of tell and they don't want anything else to do with her. And it seems like that could lead you to think that, okay, they don't want to put you in a relationship with them. They want you to sleep with them. And I guess you're obliging to that because, Kendra did say, so you're fine with sleeping and having sex with a man, but you're not actually his girlfriend. And she said, yes, she has. And I think to me, that's the clinical piece that we want to dig into. She said she had a brother and she had a sister. I would be very interested to know, and she did say that her parents have been married for 40 years. So she comes from a good background, it seems. She's seen and witnessed a healthy relationship. She has male energy and influence in her life. Because I started to say, well, is it one of those issues of a woman having daddy issues or issues with men or have had a situation with men that maybe they don't value themselves? And I don't think that's it either. The whole 31 and never been in love, never been in a relationship is really, really interesting to me. 31 is a pretty big age to have slept with people, but to have never actually been a girlfriend. Kendra also said that certain men are being treated like the prize. So Kendra's advice to her, because one thing she said as well that I thought was interesting that stood out is that, she wants the man that doesn't want her. And the man that wants her, she doesn't want. So let's sit here for a second. 31 is a good age, is an age that you should have a little bit of knowledge and wisdom under your belt. But I will say that if I think back to 31, if I think back to like that late 20s, early 30s time frame, was I still in the mind state of I want the fairy tale? Like I want this guy that, matches everything on my list. I probably was. And I think that's good advice that Kendra gave. And it's kind of sticky because I do think that you should want the guy that wants you, obviously common sense. But I don't think that you should be with somebody that you don't like or you're not attracted to or you wouldn't say yes to. And I think that what Kendra means by that is if the guy, and this is a big lesson for a lot of women, if you meet a man and maybe he doesn't look the way that, the guy on your list should look, a lot of times women, and I think it's based on a lack of maturity, they will write a guy off if he doesn't initially have that attraction level. If he's not that 6'2", you won't even give him the time of day. And I think that's where a lot of women go wrong because there are a lot of good men who may not fit the package that you think you need, but you don't even give them the time of day because of your own issues. She made a comment that she wouldn't date a postal worker. I thought that was strange. Like, it's not as if she's making all this money. She does makeup and she's an esthetician and that's great. But for her to say on this platform with all these black men in the comments that she wouldn't date a postal workers make money. Postal workers have benefits. So that's a bit much. And that could be why she's never been in a relationship. I would have never said that. And again, what I see in the future is her having to learn the hard way and, her having a lot of years go by and having to learn things the hard way before she kind of tailors and, fixes, for lack of better words, her outlook on the kind of man that she deems to be the prize. So yeah, I didn't like that either. I didn't like that comment she made that she wouldn't date a postal worker. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. So you won't date a postal worker, but you'll date someone who don't even like you enough to give you the girlfriend title and will sleep with you and won't even want you? That makes no sense. But Kendra had a good point about a lot of these men are acting as if they're the prize. Now, I had to look at where Kendra was going with this because she said that she wants to think in her mind that women are the prize, but a lot of these men are out here thinking that they're the prize, and it's because you have all these women going for the same man. I just hope I don't have to learn this the hard way, but I just don't feel like it's that hard. I don't know. You can't have this list of things and you're not willing to deviate from the list. Now, I will say that, like Kendra said, it was very great that she was very introspective, a bit too introspective to be on this show because I knew they were going to eat her up in the comments. But it's something to say that she's saying that she wants the man that doesn't want her. It's very interesting. And I think there's a need for therapy here. Definitely a need for therapy here, because if you're that age, 31, and you feel like what you want doesn't want you for 31 years, that's a problem. That's a problem. Again, I agree with Kendra's advice. You want to be with the guy that's chasing you. And because a guy is chasing you doesn't mean that he doesn't have any value. I will also say this. A lot of women, and I saw this in the comments, a lot of women will sometimes, like somebody said, be ran through by the Pookies and the Ray Rays. And then when that don't work, then they want the good guy. Now let's talk about that. My prayer for women, my prayer for us, is that we are smart enough to understand the value of a good man, and we're smart enough and wise enough to understand what a good man actually is. And this show is really a great case study for women for us to understand that women don't know, a lot of women don't know what makes a good man. A lot of women don't know what makes a man a provider. This 6-figure conversation, this, he got to be tall, he got to be this, all this stuff. I get it. Like, who don't want a tall guy? Great. But at the end of the day, you're not dating somebody's height. You're dating somebody's like partnership in your life. You're dating a life partner. And I think that women just, sometimes we can be so superficial, and it makes us miss out on good things. It makes us miss out on a great life. I know a couple of women who on the outside, and I know them pretty well to know that this is probably true, have dated and married men who weren't what their list was, right? So let me just kind of rephrase that. I know a lot of women who are married to men who initially they may not have been fully attracted to them, or who initially they may not have really wanted to even go out on that first date with them. And now they're living great lives. They're in love with that man. That man loves them, and they're happy as fuck. And I feel like that is a tell's tale for women out here. I don't want to say nobody's name, child, because then they'll know. But a lot of women don't choose correctly. And I'm putting myself in there. A lot of women choose men based on the wrong things. I keep saying that I have this video that talks about what a provider actually is. Please watch that video. I'm gonna try to link it right here. But you gotta be looking for the long term, the end game. You got to be looking for someone that you can build a life with, not someone that you can just stand next to and it looks good. That's ridiculous. And I'm willing to bet, especially with that whole postman, I won't date a postal worker comment, I'm willing to bet that she is going after these men who view themselves as the prize and don't view her as the prize. And I don't care if you were Denzel Washington, if you have a mindset as a man that you're the prize, I would never want you, because that's giving a lot of feminine energy that I just don't want. There should be one feminine energy in a relationship, and that better be me, not you. Again, Kendra went back to, she'll date and have sex, but not be in a relationship. God, I wish she really hadn't said that, because I feel like that just gave men and women in these comments the ammunition. I'm really interested to understand your thoughts on why you think this woman is single and has never been in a relationship. I don't want to, make it seem like something's wrong with her because she's single. No, that's not the case, because a lot of us are out here single. But to me, to be 31 and to appear to be such a great catch, no kids, good job, house, bills paid, you know what I'm saying, attractive, all these things, come from a good, normal family. Like, why would a man not be snatching her up? And she's in Charleston, South Carolina. So I don't know about Charleston, South Carolina and the dating pool for Black men. But again, she has no kids, so she can travel the world. And I'm interested to see also, she made a comment that in her line of business, she doesn't come around a lot of men. Obviously, she's an esthetician. She is a makeup artist. So obviously, she's not probably around a lot of men. But what are her avenues that she's meeting men through? Because that would also answer a lot of questions. Is she doing online dating? Is she travel? Like, I guess she is traveling. Is she talking to people? Who's her friend circle? Are her friends a lot of single women? Are her friends a lot of married women? Like, you got to kind of just start to do a deep dive, because I feel like at 31, if you can't say that you've ever been in love or ever close to been in love or ever had a man give you any kind of title other than, bedpost, you need to start kind of digging deep to figure out, why are you okay with just sleeping with a man and over again and being in a situationship? Child, you are too old at 31 to say you have been in situationships. Like, I feel like situationships are for people who are, below the age of 25, 28, 29. But when you hit 30, I think you shouldn't even allow yourself to be in a situationship. And again, I feel like I'm being hypocritical because I'm talking from my age, but like a situationship, what the fuck is that? Like, how are you 30 years old in a situationship and you're saying, and you're proud of that? Ew, that is gross. And I do think that, women got to put some more value in themselves, but not in the wrong places. Like, again, you won't date a man who's a mailman, but you'll be a notch on someone's bedpost. It's just, the math ain't math, and it don't make no sense. There's some work, there's some therapy, and there's some work that needs to be done. And I like that Kendra said, do you have brothers? Do you have males in your life that you can kind of ask for their thoughts? Because I do think that having a good male community, like whether it's brothers or friends, and being able to kind of ask them questions and get their opinions on stuff, it's very vital. It's such a flex. I'm so blessed to have that energy, child. I could go to all the male energy around me, because it's very, very important to be able to connect and have conversations and get insight from men who ain't trying to sleep with you, and just to understand the other side of it. I do feel like it gives me kind of a leg up, child, when it comes to men in the dating scene, because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, Libra, she's a Libra. She's a Libra. I mean, shit, I ain't got to say nothing else, child. And her energy gives it. Her energy and her vibe gives fun. It gives, she gonna pay her bills. She gonna get shit done. And I love how she said that at the end, she is going to be the kind of partner that's going to help add to, help build to. She can help anything be created, and she can, add to. And I love that energy about her. Now, I will say this before I go. When she talked about how she a God-fearing woman, child, you can't say that. Please stop saying that. There are these things, there are these certain lines that women and men, but mostly women, go through on this show. They all a God-fearing woman, right? They God-fearing women, they want a God-fearing man. Please stop. 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 Because honestly, if you are 100% God-fearing, you wouldn't be fucking these niggas and not be in no relationship with them. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But listen, y'all, let me know your thoughts on this beautiful Black queen. What do you think it is, and why do these men be feeling these comments were vicious? But at the end of the day, she gave them the ammunition to put these horrible comments in here. But I do want to say this: she's very young, she's very beautiful, and I do, in my little in my intuition, in my psychic abilities, I see her having a beautiful life with a beautiful husband, a beautiful family. I see that so strong. I will say that, girl. So if you're watching, in my psychic abilities, I feel that she's gonna have a very great life with a very great husband and a beautiful family. But she has to just kind of go through these phases and learn to get there. Anyway, y'all, listen, let me know what you think, and make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see